Morning Zen, Morning Zen. Pumpkin spice cookie thins, herbal helpers, immunity tea, and me, and you. All right. Alrighty. It's been a while for a morning tea. You know, with the morning teas, I just kind of go with the flow, man. I mean, when I make one, I make one. But we're gonna have some tea and some cookie thins and just talk. Chill out. Got a little jazz music. These are from Aldi's. And they're all broken. All broken pieces. But, like my mom used to say when we were little, we didn't want to eat. We would leave we had a cookie jar in the kitchen. And when it got to the bottom, the weight of all the other cookies would leave the other ones at the bottom crumbled up and broken up in pieces. We wouldn't eat them. Me and my sister would not want to eat them. My mom would say, well, we're not getting any more cookies until you eat those. She said they're going to go into your stomach and break up anyway, and you're going to break them up in your mouth, and it doesn't matter. Pretty good wisdom there. The kid, you know, it had to be like the perfect thing. Same thing with the cereal. It would get to the end and it would just be all like the scraps. She said, we're not opening another box of cereal until you eat the scraps. All the crumbled up pieces. But everyone's broken in here. Everyone's broken. It makes me think about perfection. Because this cookie, that's us. Broken. But still edible. We're still usable. We're still just as incredibly tasty. We're just as nutritious, or not nutritious, but it's the same thing, just broken. If I took another one out of here, let's find one that's not broken. Same taste. What's the difference? It's all gonna break up anyway, eventually. So I said, start thinking here now. This is us. Everyone's broken. We're all gonna break up even more anyway after death. So there's really nothing wrong with being broken. People want to be like, oh, you're perfect just the way you are. When people say that, it's like they're not really saying you're perfect because you're messed up. A lot of times, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm assuming they mean there's nothing wrong with you. Which there isn't. But again, I don't think they mean it that way. I think they mean it more like, oh no, you're not messed up. There's nothing inherently wrong. There's nothing, you don't have big ears. You're perfect. The big ear thing example, when I was little, I got made fun of for having big ears. But now I don't even think about it. They're not big, right? I mean, they're just ears. But maybe I grew into them, but everything as it should be on you. When people women want to get things to lift this and pull this and make this bigger, make this smaller, make this big. I guess if they're doing it for self-esteem, but you're exactly as you should be. All the gray, all the cracks, all the lines. To try to reach some perfection visually, that's a dead end. Because you're as you should be. You've earned the gray, you've earned the wrinkles. Embrace them. Everybody's broken. Now, even it comes down to personality things, or, oh, I'm, you know, awkward and dorky, and I don't fit in. Fit in with what? Oh, I don't want to be like this. I want to be, look at the people in the ads, look at the girls in the ads. Look at the people in the beer commercials, how great they look. Who cares? They're broken too. They won't tell you that. Celebrities get this kind of, with social media a little less now, but celebrities would always have that veneer of being like, oh, I want to be just like them. Look at, they have it all. I was watching an interview, a round table for the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino had Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and the girl interviewing him said something about Pitt. Oh, it must be great being you. And he did not look happy. He said, it's not. It's not. Oh, why is it great being him? Because of his looks and his money? Like, what? Like, who cares? He's had alcohol issues. His marriage broke up. He doesn't really see his kids a lot. Like that you want to be that? Fighting addiction and having divorce. Like, he's broken. And that's okay. You find peace within yourself. You can find some kind of acceptance the way you are. Man, that is the ultimate freedom. Accepting that you are not perfect is the ultimate freedom. Embracing the fact that you are broken, ultimate freedom. Like the ultimate freedom. Because now it doesn't matter what anyone says about you. It doesn't matter if you have to go to the store and pick up bread and you just go out like this. Who cares? Oh, look at her, look at her, look at him, wearing these things and sweatpants and a cut-off t-shirt. Hair's like, who cares? Everyone tries to put their best foot forward. And I'm not talking about putting your best foot forward trying to make yourself look presentable. That's fine. But everybody goes around and makes sure they look on social media, even in real life, as this is, look at me. Look how great everything is. They're not showing you the other stuff. You know, though, sometimes you'll see a post from someone and some girl will be like taking a photo of them with no makeup and they'll say, no filter, this is the me, real me. Those things, like, yeah, what are you saying? All the other things are not the real you? Do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie thin? For you putting a picture up with your thing? That's nice. Put them all up like that. You don't have to. I mean, you should present yourself the way you want, but I don't know if this even has to do with what I was talking about. Like I said, these morning Zens are just kind of ramble. But the perfection thing is crazy to me. It's crazy to me because there's such a push, a pressure to fix something about yourself that, I'm talking about physically. So you're, oh, look at everything's perfect. People, I hear this thing with social media apps, picture apps, where you can curve, take like curves and make more curves in your body, and women are doing this. It's not even the real person, you know? And even if that was what they looked like, they're still not perfect. You're broken. When you said perfect personality, you know, all these people that do a lot of this talking, they, you know, Lord knows what they're doing. You know, it's like, we're all broken. And that's okay. The second you embrace the idea that you will never be perfect, you might be perfect at being imperfect. That's about as close as you'll get. All right, it feels so much better to be like I am. I'm not trying to come from on high. I'm just saying, like, I feel good being the way I am about knowing I ain't perfect and far from it, and who cares? I didn't know we were supposed to be, or that someone told us we are. And I guess some people do say that. You're perfect. Oh, don't worry, honey, you're perfect just the way you are. That's bad advice. You should just say, and I'm not saying it's not good to tell them to feel good about how they are, but you're telling them that they're perfect and that there's no room for improvement. But no, you're fine just the way you are, in terms of you don't need to change something about the way you look unless there's some kind of physical health thing where you should lose weight or add weight or whatever it is. But all the cracks in the veneer, cracks in the glass, that's part of us. Trying to pull wrinkles out of your face, but they'll feel better about themselves. Why do you need to do that to feel better about yourself? You can't just feel better about yourself. I mean, these are the excuses people will make to do things. Just like, how about one day you wake up and say, wow, look at how incredible I look today. If you start looking at the lines, the gray, look at me. I don't care. I don't care. Now look younger? Okay. Okay. But when you lean into the natural you, and I'm not saying to not enhance yourself, be better, and feel better, but I don't think you need to do it the way society kind of tells you to do it. I mean, a lot of these women who get this plastic surgeries, they don't, oh, I'm going to look younger. You don't. You're standing out like a sore thumb, not in a good way. Not a good way, baby. It seems exhausting too. Because once you start this thing to try to fix every issue, which by the way, if they're not life-threatening, oh, but I'll feel better. I don't know. You can feel better without that. That's like a pill. Doing that is like taking a pill. You can't feel better without doing something to your body against the natural flow of things. Imagine cave women or cavemen back in the day. Think they cared about going gray or the wrinkles They're worrying about not getting mauled to death by a saber-toothed tiger. Imagine some cave woman, she's out there, you know, picking leaves off trees, and her eye itches and she starts going like that, and then the leaf's still in her hand and she's like, oh man, my eye's itchy. She had some thing off a plant, and the husband goes, honey, your wrinkles are gone. You know, whatever language he says it in. And then she's like, oh, and starts picking them and like rubbing them all over herself. I don't know, maybe. Would he think any less of her? And I don't know, I'm rambling, man. But everybody's broken, dude. Like, what's wrong with that? If we're all broken, now that's the thing. Society with social media showing these people's great lives, and they make themselves a perfect, they make it look like they're not broken and you are, and now you're climbing up this ladder to be like that. But if you can be comfortable with yourself, go inward, do personal work, you can be completely content with any of those things that crop up visually about you. To be like, I'm fine with this. Or if it's a trait, a physical trait, or a personality trait, let's say, you have an anger problem. It's not fine to go, hey, I'm broken, sorry. No. Just the acknowledgement of being broken. Now, try to not be angry all the time, but to think you can't be that way. Oh, man. I'm messed up, man. Yep. Congratulations, you're messed up. Who isn't? Who the heck isn't? It's so exhausting, probably, to try to be this, whatever this is, what society wants, or what your significant other wants, or what you think your friends will like, and comparing yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? So now that's where a lot of this starts. You see someone like that and think how great it is, and you go, well, I'm not. Nah, they're broken too. They won't tell you that. They ain't showing you that. There was a social media story. There was a news story about this couple. You probably heard of it. I can't remember the name. A blonde girl and a guy, young. They decided to chronicle their van RV trip around the country. And they went out to the Southwest and kept posting things about, look at them by the fire, or by the, you know, he's reading this book and she's exercising, or they're having breakfast, and everything was great. News story came out. They got pulled over by a cop, and the guy had been beaten there, and it looked not great. They were having real issues. You could not see it from any of those photos, though. You thought this was great and everyone wanted it to be like that. They end up finding her a couple weeks later dead somewhere out there, Arizona, New Mexico, can't remember where. Couldn't find the guy. All this news came out about videos of them entering a store like before that and getting into fights, and people say, yeah, I noticed these people getting fights. Manhunt went on for the boyfriend. They found his remains. He had shot himself. Go look at the social media. It was all puppies and rainbows. Perfect, huh? No, it's not. It's not, man. It's not perfection out there. It's not perfection out there. It's not perfection here. It's not perfection in here. It's the human existence. It's a broken, messed up existence. If you could just find the personal peace within yourself to accept that, you are free. And my goodness, will you never care about silly stuff again that's related to trying to become perfect. It's a fool's errand. There's a song by Billy Joel, I Love You Just the Way You Are. I like that. I love that. Anyway, another beautiful morning out there. Sun is starting to fully, you probably see it during the video when I start these as it gets kind of lighter and lighter by the end of the video. I think I've exhausted this topic. I want to thank Pumpkin Spice Cookie Thins for giving me the topic today. I want to thank the Herbal Helpers for raising my immune system. But eating perfect too, people go, oh, I ate perfect. Well, that one, no you don't. Because there is no what's perfect. But I eat perfect foods at 12, 3, 6. Who says that's perfect? Who's telling you that that's the perfect way? Like, first of all, it sounds miserable to do that. I know people live into their 90s and they just enjoy it. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but do what you feel good with and don't worry about what you think is going to be considered perfect. Just enjoy your life. You're broken. It's okay if you're on some crazy diet to eat a friggin' Big Mac. My God, what are we trying to do here? Oh no, I messed up. I'm not perfect anymore. I struck out. You know? Oh God, come on, man. Feels good, man. I love the lines and the gray and this ain't going anywhere. This ain't going anywhere. Wherever it goes to and the parts that more gray that picks up here or here, and it's a natural thing. I'm watching it take its shape and the flow of things. Everything flows as one. We're all here on the planet and everything's working as it should be, with or without us. We die, the planet kind of goes on its path. Existence keeps going on its path, whether you fight it or not. People aren't winning more because they're searching for perfection. They're probably having a tougher go at it because they're going against the grain. I gotta stop this natural flow and kind of push back against it. So start going with the flow. You go with the flow, you feel some inner peace. You'll wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and go, these lines are friggin' beautiful. These lines are beautiful. It's all the eye of the beholder anyway. All right, guys. As the tea reaches the bottom of the cup, I say to you, thanks for watching Morning Zen. And please, guys, do the inner work, meditate, start just accepting that you ain't perfect. And that's cool. For the ones that do, you probably feel so freeing to just not care. And I'm not talking about not care and be like a frump about everything, but not like like in Fight Club, let all that which does not matter truly slide. Does it matter if you have lines around your eyes or your something sagging? Who cares? That's part of all your history is written in that. You don't like that? Well, that's you. Well, lifestyle changes can maybe slow that down. And then however you are in that moment with the decisions you make and you're content with every decision you make through the day, then you're a broken, incredible piece of work. All right, guys. I'm gonna go take a look out the window and we'll see you next time.